Hello parents and welcome back to Parent Shift, a place where we speak about conscious parenting. In several conversations that I have with parents, and especially so in the last 5 to 10 years, I am hearing statements like, my child doesn't listen to me, my child has very strong choices and dislikes towards normal things that we all like certain food, certain things that we want to do as a family, certain aspects of culture, all of those things. I don't know how to get my child to do what I wanted to do. Especially when I do something, tell the child to do this, the child fights with me, gets irritated, gets angry. Then again, the world and its friends are influencing it so much, including these days social media, etc. My child is addicted to video games, social media, devices. If you listen to all of these statements and if you take a very neutral standpoint, what's happening here? What's happening here is helplessness. And this helplessness may be because of various reasons. It could be because the parent doesn't know how to solve that situation. It may be that the child is at some crucial juncture like the board exams or a point at which it needs to choose its career, but it's very unregulated. It is also because there is pressure in the family of various other things happening along with that. The parent is concerned that my child should grow up in the right way. Tons of those things. And this helplessness that many parents carry is a very dangerous state. It comes to show that either through the natural course of the life or because of certain neglect of the parents, the child is at a place where the parent-child relationship is not effective at all. Otherwise, obedience, conformance, creativity, exploration, these are all things, including excellence, these are all things that a child should learn at home, and the parent should be a significant catalyst and director of that. But none of that is going to happen if the parent-child relationship itself is not strong. So, if you or somebody else around you is in that state of helplessness, here are a few things that you can do. Number one, if you have got to this level where the child-parent relationship itself is weak, then you need to learn. And for that, what you need is to learn and discover. You need to either talk to an expert or consult an expert. Now, this doesn't have to be always live consultation. You could pick up a good book which deals with subjects that are relevant to your issues with your child. It could be a course that you take, or it could actually be talking to a child psychologist or a coach and mentor who has worked in this space with parents and children. Invariably I say this, that most problems that children face or children are going through is somewhere or the other a parenting problem. It's actually a problem with parents, their behavior, their thinking, their learning. So work with an expert, discover what are the anchors, the pillars of the issue that you and your child have in the relationship and the child has with its life, and understand how that can be fixed. So that relationship of you and an expert is extremely critical. Step number two is where that relationship that you and an expert have needs to then get extended to the child. So in effect, if you find that you are in a situation which is helpless, the expansion of your relationship with the expert has to go to a child parent expert triad. This is where, if you're talking to an expert live, like a psychologist or a coach or mentor who's helping you, can then be extended to the child and it forms a triad. In that triad, the expert can also guide you, work with you with dynamics, with toolkits, etc., to help discover what is the child's issue or where is the child stuck. Many times, the child is presenting a certain problem, but that is not what the actual problem is. Let's also understand this, that all problems have some cause which is a basic vulnerability. Let's say, for example, the child has not been taught the right value systems, or the child or the right self-regulation, or the child has not got sufficient positive strokes from the parents. Some of these could be actually the predisposing cause, or as we say, the fundamental vulnerability that is there with the child, its life, or with the parent-child relationship. That vulnerability gets sensitized because of certain events happening, life pressures, academic pressures, social pressures. The child could have faced some ridicule, bullying, or the parent-child relationship could have got destroyed because of other family members, certain family disturbances, you and your spouse having issues, a variety of that. Something as simple as that you don't have time in your life for yourself and the family because of career pressures. Several workplaces are so caustic today that is making families caustic. Any of this could be a sensitizing cause for your child's disturbance and for you and your child's relationships disturbance. And that then is getting precipitated because of a certain other trigger. So, you see, most problems will have these three layers: a predisposing cause, a sensitizing cause, and a precipitating cause. When you work with an expert, when you work with someone who understands these kind of dynamics of relationships, they will help you discover what could be happening with the child, what could be happening with you and the child's relationship. And that's why that child, parent, expert triad becomes very important in a situation like this, where a parent, which is you, is feeling helpless. From here, what then needs to happen is the relationship that you are having with the child, or which is now getting created with the support of the expert, needs to go to a domain of the relationship helping you discover and learn about the child and its issues, creating solutions and supporting the child with those solutions. Again, with an expert's help, this becomes quite possible. And lastly, as you put more and more solutions in place, and as the child starts getting results, and as you and your child bond and your relationship improves, you need to ensure that there is the right kind of structure and dynamics in the child's life. Everything from routines, waking up on time, eating at a certain time, exercising, academic focus, focus on music, art, social skills, everything from hygiene to managing its times to being able to follow instructions and be obedient to the parent, to being independent and managing things on its own where it is expected to. You need to put certain structures into the child's life. It's only a structure that can help a child flourish. It's like this, that if the land is not solid, a tree cannot grow strong. It will fall eventually. If you don't have the right kind of potting, flowers will not flourish. Just like that, if the right kind of structure is not there, the child will not grow and flourish. In that, you also need the dynamics, which means flexibility, love, compassion, understanding, little bit of free time, unstructured play, all of that tune in a little bit, but that can only be within the realms of the structure. Do this and you will be out of this helplessness in a period of time. Invariably, if you are a parent who's stuck with helplessness with your child, these problems could take 3 to 6 months to fix, but yes, they can be. Seek help, work with an expert, and get the right understanding and solutions in place. Parenting is a full-time job. Your child is your responsibility, but remember, your and your child's relationship, your relational ability to solve issues of your life, of your family, they matter. Build them, invest in them. It's a lifelong investment.